I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, really breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Oh my goodness. So good news, they have captured the zebra snake.
For all
Cobra.
of the, for anybody who's actually in the Raleigh area that knew about this story.
I was told, and I don't know how true it is, I was told it actually has gone semi-national.
Well, yeah, it was 2 days. It's a 2-day
There was
event.
in case you were not privy to this, in our area, within about a 20, 30-minute drive,
Yeah, it was a spitting zebra cobra.
a 5-foot
Spitting zebra cobra.
living in the walls and the siding of some guy's house. Just just in case you've been enthralled with this and haven't been able to get caught up, they have officially caught it. It is.
Are you good now?
I'm good.
You just have to.
Because I'd have burned that damn house down.
Oh no, like half at the place I work, half the conversations that were being had by everybody was, you hear about the latest about the zebra cobra? I hear it can spit acid venom.
Well, it's
9 feet.
It's not the predator. It's just the xenomorph or whatever the hell that is. It doesn't. It's not. I mean, it does.
I'm not
spit.
joking. That was a literal quote.
It does spit toxin, and it does aim for the eyes, and it does cause tissue
Blindness,
damage.
yeah.
But it's not.
It's trying to blind you to get away.
Yeah, well, no,
And
yeah,
kill you.
and so it kills you, and it comes back to eat you later, which
Right.
makes me. I honestly wonder, because in case you're not privy to this, cobras are not native to America.
No.
They're not.
No.
So some jackwagon has it here illegally, and I can't help but wonder if maybe it killed its owner.
And that's not the reason why we have a special guest on the line at all.
No, that's a completely different
But it is
thing.
related to cobras in the grass.
In a way.
In a way.
I mean, when you have bills passed at, 1:30 in the morning,
Yeah, that's
with no one else aware while the entire country is asleep.
very nice snake in the grass sort of thing.
That is rather
The American Nuck, Mike Phillip here, with us,
our resident Canadian
our resident
correspondent.
Canuck correspondent. Usually you can hear him live Monday through Friday. 12 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes.
It's 12 p.m.
Why
Eastern
they
time.
put it down Central
Why are
Time
you putting
on
that
there?
in
12
Central?
Mountain.
It's
12 Mountain, 2
12.
Eastern.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
There.
11 o'clock Pacific.
Right. Whatever.
Yeah.
Two,
I did
two.
do the math. I did do the math.
There you go.
I think
Doing
I did the math right. I
Did
think
the
I
math right?
just-
Yeah, 2 p.m.
Wait a minute, did
Eastern.
you ask me if I did the math right?
Did you do the math right?
No.
2 p.m. Eastern. Anyway.
Anyway. So yeah, and this is all me. I'm sorry. I'm still. Thank you for trying to stall, but I'm still trying to share everything. Give me half a moment. I'm going to stall a little bit more. So here's the deal. No.
You brought him a story.
No. Let me start this from the beginning.
Okay.
So I happen to be flipping through articles and videos and things like that, and happen to be perusing the TikToks. I occasionally do watch
The TikToks.
I'm not near on it as much as I don't care about it as much anymore. It's very irritating. But I was flipping through, and some lady popped on, and she started talking about how
She started to pop off.
how there was a possibility that we may never hear from this woman again, and blah blah, blah, which was a perfect hook for me. I'm like, oh dear, why? What have you done? Right. And lo and behold, she is from the Canadias. Didn't say where exactly, but she is somewhere up in the Canadias. And apparently, a couple days ago, there was a bill passed that pretty much legalized censorship on social medias. Kind of required, and Mike will be able to explain a little bit better here in a second, but basically is able to, we're kind of make everything even. You require to have so much Canadian content involved, no matter what the thing is, et cetera, et cetera.
It was very nationalist of them.
It is, isn't it, though? Isn't it great? You'd think with all that snow, it would be a lot colder up there. They wouldn't be doing such crazy things. But Darn you, climate change. Anyway, in talking to him today, though, I've become privy to the fact that it is far worse than just late night bills passed without people's
Knowledge.
knowledge. So, without further ado, Mike Phillip,
Take it away, sir.
please help us understand and explain to everyone
What is this?
what the hell is going on with Canada. Is it the temperatures? Is it really? I mean, you guys were like at 100 and something today. Is it the high heat?
Well, thanks first of all for having me on Defenders Live. I appreciate it, and I'm amazed by your ability to burn up 3 minutes of airtime discussing time zones. I could never do that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
We're professionals. That's what this is for.
That and when you can't do math like me, it's really easy.
Actually, I failed at math this time too. So.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I
Okay.
did.
Okay. Well, see?
You did it again. Wow. All right. So when you called me this morning, it was about Bill C-10.
Yes.
And I don't believe that Bill C-10 has actually gone through the Senate yet. It was passed in the House of Commons. It's got one more hurdle to go through. Several senators have said this is crazy. We need to burn this bill. It can never happen. I have no confidence in that, though. Bill C-10 was framed by the Liberal Party of Canada, which is the governing party, as a way to make big tech pay their fair share. Facebook, Netflix, these companies, they're claiming that they are getting away with making large amounts of money off of Canadian consumers without paying. And you know, it's infuriating to listen to them answer questions because they never answer them. It's the thing where if you ask them, hey, what's this internet censorship bill? They'll come back at you like, we are proud of the work that we have done for Canadians. And it's that kind of thing. Congressmen do it all the time. Yeah. But what it was the ability to put the all internet broadcasts from YouTube channels to just about anything under the CRTC, the Canadian Radio and Television Communications. And that is the Canadian equivalent of the FCC in the United States. Okay, they govern all public airways. And what they've said they wanted to do is regulate it in such a way that kind of like public airways on television or any public radio broadcast in Canada, you're required to broadcast 50% Canadian content. Back when I was a news director, it was 30%. They upped it to 50. And I'm glad that you pointed out how nationalistic that is, because they constantly say Canada's not a country and that nationalism is Hitler. But then they turn around and say, well, we got to protect Canadian culture. Otherwise, you know. And so that was the reason for that one. And they kept obfuscating. But that bill was nowhere near Bill C-36. Now, C-36 is to tackle what they call online hate. And I don't need to explain that to you. It's anything somebody else doesn't like.
It's what Dylan says most of the time.
It's everything that comes out of my mouth. Yeah.
There you go. Hate speech. Yeah. Yep. So what that one does is basically it gives people a financial incentive to the tune of $20,000 to report somebody for online hate speech, because there's a victim compensation fee of $20,000 from the accused to pay to the accuser, and then a $50,000 damages fee are charged to the government of Canada. And this isn't just if you actually did utter something that someone out there may construe as hate speech. It's also under the possibility that you might in the future.
Wow.
So,
and they can put conditions on you too. And they can put conditions as to who you can talk to, where you can go, and curfews on you as an individual under this bill.
So wow. we're talking future crime.
Minority Report.
Pre-crime, yeah, correct.
Wow.
Pre-crime legislation in Canada's.
This Well, what could be wrong with that?
Nothing, right?
I mean,
That's-
you gotta-
that's perfectly
That-
fine.
That's not ripe for abuse, right?
No, we gotta.
no,
we
come
have
on.
to. We have to stop the hate.
I mean, as long as you have some oracles there to make sure that everything's good
In a pool.
in a pool, you know,
Uh,
who never get to leave, but also
They
their
spit
body
out a marble
atrophies.
every once in a while, and Tom Cruise
Yeah,
zip lines from the chopper and stops the guy from killing his wife. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Man. It makes me wonder. So $20,000 paid to the person that. Do you think that works across national lines? Like, no,
Well, let me tell you something. AmericanUckRadio.com used to be hosted by Squarespace,
okay.
but several months ago, our webmaster Peyton Smith switched it over to GoDaddy. Now that website has never been physically used in Canada.
Okay.
It was purchased in the United States. It is ran out of the United States. But even still, it's not on Squarespace anymore. And our producer, Don Naylor, who's in Oregon, just got a bill that is a Canadian tax. It says on it, Canadian tax,
Wow.
even though our website is not even with Squarespace anymore.
And it's because you come across as Americanuck. Is that it? Like you're just the guy
I don't
that's
know
from
if it's
Canada?
we broadcast on Mojo, which is based out of Dallas, or what the case is, but it was something flagged it.
Wow. Which going back to this C-36 bill is going to be fantastic for, not just
Down the road.
Well, I was going to say not just for, say you and your show and people like you in Canada who stand for freedom and whatnot.
Right.
But apparently what is that going to do for anybody associated with you? That could pose an issue down the road as far as for, folks like Mojo or anybody else, any other network that might be a part of that.
Anything that's even that would be considered out of their nation, if it reaches the ears of the people in their nation, is it something that still is effective?
Yeah.
Well, and see but that's what going back to Bill C-10, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if let's say Mojo has commercial airtime where they're selling things,
Right.
and ostensibly the government or the CRTC figures that they've got people buying it here and they want to get their piece of the pie, I mean, there could ostensibly come a time where they send a bill to tax Mojo for playing Canadian content or airing content here.
Man,
That's just silly. It doesn't make any sense. But then again, it's politicians.
It does. And for all the push that everybody has said about, because I remember this growing up, especially, Canada is the best place to go because, you got the free this and the free that and all the free social programs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
Now we're seeing how they're trying to get it paid. Like, seriously, if this, I mean, obviously it's a little bit more underhanded than that, I feel. But this is how you pay for this stuff. $20,000 going to the person and $50 going to the state.
Right. I mean, Prime Minister Blackface.
I know.
He has to make sure that he gets his money.
Damn goofy.
It's not even but that's the thing. It's not even really about the money. It's more about because they've got lots of that. It's more about crushing people like a bug is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something else with all that, the free social programs and all of this. The only reason that Canada has been able to do that is because, number one, we are taxed to death. Number two, because 85 to 90% of our GDP comes from the United States. So there's a massive amount of American dollars that pour into Canada. Let me put it to you this way. If Canada was geographically located where Poland is, let's say, we would be eating our pets by now. There's no way that they could have done it without that massive influx of American cash and access to the U.S. market through the 49th parallel.
So what you're saying is Canada really is the hat on top of America's head.
It's dependent largely on the U.S. economy in a big way. Yeah. And at the same time as that, Canadians, a lot of them are culturally taught that you are only as Canadian as you are anti-American.
Wow.
That's really awkward.
That's wow.
I thought that was just in the French Canadian area.
I was gonna say nobody likes French Canadians at all. It's French Canadians give Canada a bad name.
I know some decent French Canadians. I'll say that, and I'll tell you what else. I know some tough Frenchmen. Okay.
Oh,
No. We get that too.
No, I completely understand that. I'm just saying my experience, and you obviously have you're much deeper in it than I have ever been.
Obviously.
But but no, my personal experience is the French Canadians I've met, as opposed to just kind of your regular Canadians.
Average hoser.
Yeah, your average hoser. It's almost a day and night type thing.
And you know what's ironic about that is that you are actually geographically closer to Quebec than I am.
I know.
That is really weird too.
Why is Alberta tied to Canada at all? That's what I would like to know. In fact, there's going to be an Independence Day rally, picnic, gathering, whatever, in the city of Edmonton, and they've chosen me to speak on it.
That's awesome.
Because I am a U.S. citizen, and my plan is not to talk about the advantages to Alberta. My plan is to talk about the advantages to the United States of America, because if U.S. falls, Canada is in way bigger trouble than anybody knows.
Yeah.
Like I said, 80 to 90% of our GDP comes out of the United States of America. And so there's a quid pro quo there, to quote certain people. And see, the thing is, America's got to stay healthy for the good of North America. That is my opinion, and I'll debate it with anybody, to be quite honest with you. And Alberta would add to the U.S. a more sane voice than New York or California, or, you know what I mean? Equal representation would be a big thing to us. We don't have that right now. By the time votes are cast in a federal election in the city of Toronto, they have twice as many seats in the House of Commons as we do. By the time Eastern Canada votes, it's over. Ours don't count. It
literally doesn't count at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it literally doesn't count at all. No.
Just mighty, man.
Oh, my goodness.
B from the SAV over on Twitter is asking, at what point prior to Alberta becoming the 51st president does the American Canuck decide to abandon ship in search of freedom in the U.S.? He's asking, America is still an option for now. We'll answer that a little bit deeper in a second, but I was just wondering, like, this is not the first time I've heard about the whole, the insinuating or pushing the idea that Alberta become the 51st state. Is that even close to
a thought?
Yeah. Is it beyond just hey, this is a really good idea and we should really push this? Is there a little bit more meat to it than that, than we're aware of? Or is it just kind of, it's a great idea?
So there's several groups dedicated to it on different social media platforms. There's a man that he's an American from Massachusetts living down in Mexico. His name is Benjamin Ebel. And he somehow kind of spearheaded this whole thing and become a really prominent part of it. Now, we've got people that are getting it's not really a petition, but people that are on board with the idea of signing it at different events across the province. And the way that it's going for them, it's like 9 out of 10 that they talk to immediately say, where do I sign?
Wow.
And this is happening every day. I got a message today from Ben Ebel. Let me just grab it here for you.
Sure.
This is this morning. And he says here, I think we're seeing phenomenal support for joining the USA. A pastor just contacted me in Okotoks. He owns a business, and he said that 20 people in his office all want to sign the petition to found Alberta Statehood Party. Also, an 18-year-old rig worker from Whitecourt contacted me. He wrote the following: "You don't have to sell me on the benefits, stars, and stripes. I'm an oil field worker, and I know where my money comes from. I
Wow.
got 60 signatures, but I work 13 hours a day, so it's difficult. The oil field worker does not have time to go out and actively solicit signatures, but he's already gotten 60. We also see many people signing as soon as they're told how much lower the price of gas, beers, and cigarettes in the U.S.
The important things in
people-
life. Yeah, right.
Hey, you get them on what you can, right?
Right.
Other people, as soon as they find out Albertans would be able to make their own health care and will have more money to do it. This is not a fluke. In 2 cases, people were randomly approached at Bowden Rodeo, former MLA candidate, randomly approached people. He filled out about 35 signatures for a statehood party before one person even cited independence. So it's not a matter of people being attracted to the U.S. flag because there wasn't any there.
Wow.
And so the idea of Alberta going it alone as a country is not as popular as joining the union in these people's experience. These guys are out pounding the pavement every day, and there's a few thousand of them.
Well,
Wow.
I'm just because I kind of wanted to see exactly where we were
In relation?
on the maps and everything like that. Can we combine? Can we add the Yukon and the British Columbias with the Albertas and get everybody in together and just make one giant country and actually connect Alaska back to the Americas?
Can we? That would be
Interestingly enough, there's a movement in BC called State of Cascadia. They want to separate from Canada as well. BC, so it's kind of like a situation like you have in California.
Yeah.
Where San Francisco and LA are Democrat, but the rest of them are a bunch of, the descendants of the 49ers, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's, the BC, the interior and the north would fit in well with that plan. And not only that, but the economic prosperity of a land bridge to Alaska, pipeline straight to Texas with the seaports.
Yep.
Dude, the economy would be phenomenal. The boon to the United States of America, not to mention the voting bloc that leans conservative.
Yeah.
in those
that would be
areas.
fantastic.
Right.
I was like I said, I've been hearing this stuff, and I was just because they've been talking. Puerto Rico's been talking, and well, we might be becoming a one.
No, you're
day.
not. You love
no,
the
you're
fact
not.
Puerto Rico loves the fact that they're a protectorate. They can vote when they want to. They don't have to pay any taxes. They get a bunch
Yeah.
of American money. They don't have to do a thing about it.
Yeah, they get the best of
Come
both
up
worlds.
here too. Yep. That's come up here too. And the majority of people say, no, that's crap. I don't want in for a free ride. That's what.
Well, that's
if
nice
I
to know.
wanted that I could stay in Canada. No, we want to be a state. We'll pay for our fair share.
That's nice. That's good to
we want
know.
contribute. We want our own.
Yeah.
We want our own stuff. We don't want to be tied to Ottawa. We don't want their rules and regulations cutting and destroying our business and putting mandates on it. I got a gun ban announcement for the RCMP a year and a half ago that, attention, you might be in possession of a prohibited weapon. And I framed it and hung it on the wall.
I mean, like you might need to have a little bit of help finding it because you won't. Damn boating accident.
Darn thing.
Oblivion Flickering over on Twitter actually makes a good point with it as well. Did you ever think that you would see the day when the very concept of free speech became problematic for half of the country?
Yeah.
Of course, then again, did you ever think you would see public schools telling students to inform each other inform on each other for expressing non-school board approved ideas?
Yeah.
Did you ever think there would be a day when it would be an actual debate as to whether or not guys can compete in women's athletics?
Not until about 3 years ago.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't. I was happy living in my bubble.
I was a good bubble.
It was a nice bubble.
Can we go back to that bubble?
Nope.
Dang it.
Bubbles popped. It's gone.
Ah.
It's kind of like when you break the glass ceiling for everything. Like you notice somebody does something that you never noticed before, and then you can never stop noticing it.
Right. It's always there forever and ever.
Yes, it's there forever, and that's what this is, man.
Forever and ever. Amen.
Wow. The part that's bad about this, though, the whole thing with this stuff in Canada is there's not near as many people as in the United States. It's not the same thing, but if they're going this route, how easily would it be to have that transfer down here?
Oh yeah.
That's the part that scares me.
Yeah.
Is it people may not be able to flow freely across that border, but ideas sure as hell do.
Yeah.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry, man.
It's crazy.
Do.
Dang it, I missed
How long is a commercial block?
Commercial block.
Yeah, it's like 2 minutes
Yeah.
Okay.
or a minute and a half.
No, it's 2
Is
minutes.
it 2 minutes?
2
Oh
minutes,
yeah. I told you I
Well,
can't
I
do math.
think you fellas are good without me.
No, that's fine.
That's up to
man.
you, man.
I completely appreciate it, man. 'Cause
Yeah.
like I said, this is, when I saw it, I was like, whoa, and then talked to you, and I'm like, whoa. So
Okay, here we go.
Who knows? Yeah.
yeah, well, it's worse than I thought. So, but dude, you're always welcome. We appreciate you being on, and if there's anything we can do to help you out or anything like that, you just let us know, man.
I appreciate that. You guys have a great broadcast. Have a good night. And just let everybody know we've got Stan Levy of Black Man Thinking joining us tomorrow in the first segment.
Gotcha,
Cool
man.
beans. Will do. Appreciate it, man.
Beautiful. Have a good night.
See
Later.
you, bud. Actually, he did. If those of you that are watching on the videos.
What?
Huh?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
Woo?
Only for the video.
Only for the video.
Right. So for the radio people, we need to let them know.
Let them know what?
What?
Let them know what? I missed it.
All right, I'll say it then. Don't worry about it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, good. Dude. My goodness. Do you?
Oh, that's not right.
What? Wow. You can read that out.
Oh,
loud if
I
you want.
will.
Yeah, that's all good there.
I will.
This is Defenders Live.
I'm really glad that he that he pointed out very, very quickly into the segment that we were already eating up his time.
Yeah, I know. Well, remember he did that the last time,
No,
too.
no. The last time we actually ate up all of his time.
I know, but he had to find that reason. He had to.
Yeah, no. He had to dig at us, and I'm happy for that. Thank you so much. That was Mike Phillip. It's 2 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday on Mojo 50. Tomorrow, first thing.
First thing.
First hour.
First hour. First half of the first hour. First segment of the first hour. Stan Levy.
Yeah, he's going to have Stan.
Black Man Thinking.
Yes.
We'll be joining him live there. It's going to be fun, fantasticness. Don't miss it.
A lot of contemplation.
Yes. Nothing like a Canadian and a black man talking together. At least it's not in French.
Thank God.
Oblivion flickering over on Twitter. Will the not ready for primetime minister Justin Trudeau rename Manitoba Janitoba?
It's coming. Thank you.
That was good.
Thank you.
Actually, I wasn't ready for that one.
Did
but
you not think about that one?
I didn't actually.
Really?
No.
Huh.
I know. I should have.
Adam W. Johnson over there on the Twitter. Free comes in two forms.
Okay.
Get things for free. Live free. Choose one.
There you go.
That's about it.
That's very, very true.
Very, very true.
I wonder. I do wonder if, and I don't know the way he's talking from the grassroots side of things. You know, the idea of parts of Canada becoming
Part of America.
Part of America. That would. I mean, personally, like that. That's.
I'm good with this.
I'm good with it on you know,
All the levels.
across the spectrum.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, and again, I know the grassroots side of it is strong for it, but I'm wondering, like, deep down, what is the reality of something like that actually happening? Because just because they all, vote and do their stuff and get their junk right and get their paperwork in order and and
Doesn't mean America is going to accept it.
that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah.
Well,
and
okay. Well, think about it like this. Hold on. Keep that in your mind, right? Okay. America's GDP ratio right now.
oh, I know. No,
Do you know what it is?
I know.
Do you know what our GDP, our
I don't know the
debt,
numbers.
Our
I know-
debt to GDP ratio is?
I don't know what the numbers are, but I know that by adding them, if everything is added as we were just kind of talking, especially if it actually was all the way up through Alberta, BC, and the Yukon up, make that connection up to Alaska,
Right.
That would drop everything, the debt and all that incredibly.
Oh yeah. See, right now our federal debt to GDP ratio is 128%.
Yeah, so we would drop us down to at least the 60s or 70%.
Probably just under 100, honestly.
No.
Yeah.
No.
There's not enough people. There's more land though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They could turn around and utilize that land to offset.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why. That's one
GDP.
of the other reasons why as well. If you think about how it would benefit America to have the full completed land bridge by using all the way up through the Yukon. So you get where he is. You get the BC and you get the Yukon Territory. Connect Alaska. Suddenly we have an entirely connected continental United States.
The only thing is the reason why I keep coming back to the idea of whether it would work or not is because let's think about this. Yes, we can sit here and point out all of the amazing benefits that would happen for the government, for our country, as a whole.
Yeah.
Look at what they did with the Keystone Pipeline.
Yeah. Hold on one second.
Mm-hmm. Look at what they did with the Keystone Pipeline.
Yeah.
I mean, same thing. It was beneficial. It was working for us, and it was coming from the Canadas, and they killed it.
Right.
So I think they would be. I think the United States would be more inclined to accept everybody like on the east side of it. Montreal and all them.
Oh, yeah.
Toronto and all that side.
Yeah.
The side that makes up a majority of their.
Our current America would love to have French Canada.
Because they
But
all.
French Canada hates America, so why would they even want it?
Yeah,
would never join.
The French Canadians would never do it.
what I
However,
mean,
if for some reason they decided they wanted to,
I think
America would take them faster than they would take the other half. Sadly.
I think with Joe Biden in the office, we can confuse him just enough.
How was that?
It's Canada.
Okay.
He doesn't have any idea where.
Find us on a map, sir.
It's the Canadians.
Do you have any idea what the hell we're talking about, sir?
It's the Canadians.
Oh, Mike sent the picture of the firearm.
Oh yeah, he has it framed.
Framed. It is framed.
It is framed. That's awesome.
May 1st of 2020, the government of Canada has reclassified the following firearms and devices as prohibited. 9 types of firearms, makes, models, and variants. Firearms with a bore of 20 millimeter or greater.
Sir, what?
Yeah, firearms with a bore of 20 millimeter or greater. And
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
So, 22?
Uh-huh.
A 22.
Uh-huh.
A 22.
Uh-huh.
Is
Uh-huh. And those capable of discharging a projectile with a muzzle energy greater than that of 10,000 joules.
10,000 joules. Who does anything in joules?
Only mathematicians and physicists. It's certain engineers.
Certain engineers, but still.
Yeah. Upper receivers of M16s, AR-10s, AR-15s, and M4 pattern firearms. So you can't have those in the Canadians either.
You can't have anything in the Canadians other than a BB gun.
Yeah, at this point, which is going to be fantastic when you're dealing with wolves and mises.
I thought it was mooses.
No.
I thought it was moosin.
No.
Yeah, it's moosin.
Moosin! Moose Mason, man. We're not doing that bit tonight. Not tonight.
It's a good bit, though. It really is.
Pick someone else.
Moosin.
Moosin. The Moosin are very rampant. Which is, I mean, if you're going to have a firearm of any kind, like especially the western side of the country of the Canadians, because I was trying to show it to you while he was talking, but I didn't want to interrupt him.
That's okay.
But if you look, there's that stretch when you zoomed in, there's like Edmonton and all that, and Calgary and all that jazz right there.
Yeah.
And there's roads. And then from that stretch over and up, it's nothing. There are no roads. At least
There's nothing. It's just
there's
wilderness.
There's some there, but like from the major highways, you see them
No.
crisscross. Suddenly,
Nothing.
Nope, they're gone.
It's like seeing it's like looking down at the world at night and like seeing all the lights, and you see all the lights going all the way up until you get about halfway up, and then
It drops
dot
away.
and a dot and a dot, and that's it.
And that's it. Why are we doing this one again?
Because this is one, local, and two, I am pissed at these people.
Why?
I'll tell you.
You do that.
I'll tell
So
you.
then hit this.
So here's a local story for you, other than the snake. This is something other than a snake.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm a little bit more worried about snakes than anything else. So.
Yeah, so
Especially a spitting cobra.
out of Garner, North Carolina, this is a story local here. A mother and a child were involved in a fatal dog attack on Tuesday.
Wow. That's sad.
The mom was also a member of the Capital Broadcasting family, so she worked for WRAL,
Yeah, the local news
local news affiliate.
folks out of here.
See, here's the problem. Both of them were attacked, and her daughter was killed.
That's so sad.
It is sad.
That's sad.
Here's the story. So, a woman and her husband decide that they're going to leave for the week or the weekend or whatever. And they asked their neighbor to come and, watch the dog.
As neighbors
Keep
do.
after the dog. Now,
Help each other out.
help each other out, all the rest of it,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. So, everything is fine. Everything is good. They got 2 dogs or whatever. And
Obviously, they're not.
they're generally fine. Like the dogs are fine or whatever, but they're terriers, and so their terriers
little
are
wild.
They're wild. They're a little
They
bit
get
aggressive.
a little aggressive. Yeah.
and
They
everything
get a
else.
little.
Anyway,
They don't mean to, but they
yeah.
kind of
So
have the Napoleon thing going.
the mom and daughter go into feed and play with the dogs and all the rest of it, and all of that.
Okay.
And something happens.
The
They
dog,
don't know. They don't know exactly what. The dog snapped.
Something just happened, and
Both of them were attacked, and the little girl was killed in the incident.
oh.
Here's what's pissing me off.
Hmm.
The dog is obviously set to be put down,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
Because it attacked and killed a human.
Gotcha.
Dog attacks and kills human, dog gets put down.
Okay.
The dog is currently in a shelter in Garner.
Okay. I think I
Okay.
know which one it is too.
Yeah. The owner of the dog is trying to fight to get the dog freed from custody and not be put down.
Which is understandable.
Under
I
the
mean,
auspice that the mother and daughter were not, quote unquote, verified to go to their house and look after the dog.
wait a minute. What do you mean verified?
Mm-hmm.
I distinctly recall you said at the beginning of the story
Yeah.
that the neighbors were going out of town and
Yeah. They had asked,
at some point, I don't know if they asked
they had
or if
asked
the
the
other.
husband of this woman to go look after the dogs, is what she said.
So because, oh my God, are you serious?
And
Are
she said
you
the only
kidding me?
she is now using the claim that the only person who was actually actually supposed to go see the animal or see the dog was the guy.
Oh,
Got another twist for you.
I don't know if it could get much worse.
Oh yeah. Oh no. I got another twist for you.
Okay.
After that claim was made, it was found out that not only was it okay for the wife and the daughter to go
Of course
there,
it was.
but she had sent texts, pictures, while they were there of her and the daughter playing with the dogs, and the woman had responded, "Oh, thanks for playing with my dog."
Yeah. No,
And the whole ordeal. This happened before the violence, obviously.
obviously.
But, this
you're-
woman is not only doing that; she is trying to sue the family,
your dog killed,
and
A
she's
little
trying
girl.
to sue the family.
and you. I I could tell you now, if I was the dad, I would probably help this woman find a way to get this dog released.
Why is that?
No, I would help
You
her
would.
get the dog released.
Right.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And as soon as that dog got home, I would walk into the backyard with my 45 and I would blow that damn dog's head clean off his shoulders.
See, that's the thing. She's actually
In front of the lady, be like, "Oh, hello, Poochie," kabloom!
Yeah.
And then turn around and go, "Sorry about that," and walk away.
So since the event happened, it's been a few months since the event happened. The lady in question actually moved out. She moved into a different city. She doesn't even live in Garner anymore.
Is she still in?
She's still in North Carolina.
Oh no!
She doesn't live in Garner anymore. So she's trying to fight Garner and the family to get her dog back. A1, I don't care if accident or what. I'm sorry. Dog bite and kill human. Dog get put down.
Yeah,
It's that simple.
That's just how it goes.
So simple a caveman can do it.
Apparently not. But that just goes to show how people will. Because here's the deal: we as a society have turned around.
There's no such thing as a fur baby. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, no, there's not.
Animals don't take precedent over humans.
But we in society, everything's like that. If we just twist it just a little bit, if we finagle it just a little bit, we get what we want. That's how society has been being taught to live forever.
Right.
You make a bigger deal. You whine about things. You split hairs and try to be, forget the fact that this person can't have the heart. I mean, I would be crushed if one of my dogs bit another kid, let alone, or any human being, let alone killed them. I would be devastated. But I would be more embarrassed as like, I am so sorry because it's my responsibility. My dog hurt you, hurt your family, took something from you, whatever. I personally would kill my own dog.
Yeah.
If it happened.
Oh, yeah. It'd be out back.
It'd be go the way of Old Yeller. No, Ma, he's my dog. I'll do
take care of it.
Yeah, that's exactly what would happen. And it would suck. But it's more out of the fact of I feel bad.
And you feel responsible.
I'm responsible.
Right.
This person clearly has no accountability, no feeling of responsibility at all.
Yeah.
And that's the world we live in now. There is no such thing as responsibility. It's all about finding loopholes. It's all about finding the whatever avenue is most advantageous to get you into the situation to get what you want.
Right. Always about what you want, never about making sure that everybody's okay.
It's always about self. It's never about anybody else. And that is part of our problem.
As humans?
Well, yes, humans, but especially as our society right now. If people actually truly gave a damn about other people as much as they claim to do, and in actual reality only care about themselves, this world would be a very different place.
Like those laws in Canada.
Yeah. I'm even talking about just America, but absolutely.
Heck yeah.
Oblivion Flickering over on Twitter. Only in a bizarre, backward society are people more concerned with a dead dog than a dead child. I would agree with you, except we're there because
we're there already.
Planned Parenthood.
Yep.
I mean,
Planned Parenthood, and yet you can't you can't run an oil pipeline because of the whatever tree frog or whatever ocelot or whatever bird that is out there.
Well, again, here's another thing, too, is going back to the situation. Like, if I was the dad and I came home because that at some point you got a phone call.
Yeah.
Hey, we're at the hospital. The dogs are, lost their junk and our daughter's dying on the table in here, blah, blah. As a dad, I would go home and I would just shoot them damn dogs into people and just send them a text. Sorry about your dogs. And that would be it.
Yep.
I don't care.
Actually, not sorry about your dogs at that point.
Well, no, because think about it. I would at least to a point have a little bit of sympathy for these people.
No.
The dog owners. And hear me out.
Sorry for your loss. We're even.
Well, that's kind of what I mean. You
but not
lost
really.
something too. I mean,
but not really, because once again, human life above.
And I agree with that. I completely do. But think about it from at least a little bit. Put yourself a little bit in this lady's shoes. Not there. Now, I'm not justifying what she does at all. She
I
is
could
a horrible-
until she
I
had
got
done the
that.
thing. I could do it.
But that's why I'm saying if it had done the way
Yeah.
I'm saying to do it,
Yeah.
that little part wouldn't have mattered because the dogs would already be dead.
Right.
So,
It wouldn't have mattered
It
because
wouldn't have
you would
mattered.
take care of it.
yeah, I would have handled it. And then just be like, sorry, he did it and ran away. Or I shot his I don't know.
Whatever.
Doesn't matter. I
You
can't-
need him for evidence? He's in the backyard.
Yeah, right now he's fertilizing my garden.
I mean, there's still enough evidence. You could probably get
You can get something.
something out of there.
It might be in the tomatoes. I'm so sad about that. Is the worst part about it is, again, the kid died.
Yeah.
And this lady is more worried about getting her dog back than anything.
Yeah. And that's what pisses me off the most.
I just,
Hey, by the way, do you know the way to San Jose?
I'd like to forget because I'm being tired. I'm tired of being asked that question.
And it's only been, an hour.
I know.
All right.
I know.
You see, in an unprecedented move that is sure to be challenged by courts, by gun right activists, city leaders in San Jose voted on Tuesday to require gun owners in the city to pay taxpayers for the public costs incurred by criminal gun violence.
I'm sorry. I was reading something that Mike Phillip had just sent me. Say that one more time. I'm sorry. I will give you my attention.
Okay,
Say that
okay.
again.
San
Jose.
Are you ready? Yeah, San
I
Jose.
know the way to San Jose. Got it.
Okay, you good?
Got it.
Uh-huh.
We're there. Let's start again.
City leaders in San Jose voted on Tuesday
On Tuesday.
to require all gun owners
Okay.
in the city
Okay.
to pay taxpayers for the public cost incurred by criminal gun violence.
Yeah, no, I still don't get that. That doesn't make sense to me. I think my headphones are messing up. You're saying that
Yeah.
law-abiding citizens
Yes. You're good. So far, we're good.
have to pay a fine,
A tax.
a tax, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
however you want to
Yeah.
whitewash this,
Yeah.
because to cover the costs or to pay for gun violence committed by criminals.
Yeah, you caught it all.
So then so we're not gonna prosecute the criminals at all?
I mean, they did, but they're not charging them any money
Why?
because they're throwing them in jail, apparently.
Yeah, but they have jails. You could make them. There's things called work. And I know a lot of people kind of cringe at this first thought, but they have things called work camps.
Yeah.
The chain gang. You go down, you break big rocks into little rocks. Leavenworth, things like that. Now, granted, that's a military prison, but
Right.
the point still stands.
You can make license plates.
You could, make license plates. You can sew stuff. There's all kinds of things that you could do to earn your keep there.
Actually, to earn.
Well, not your
not
keep.
even to earn your keep, it's to pay back.
Your debt to society. Yes.
Right. Actually, your debt to those people first and your society as time.
So, but they've always said that. Well, no, it's not. You're not punishing law-abiding citizens for gun violence. It's not them. We just want a good, comprehensive gun control. No, you're literally charging and punishing law-abiding gun owners.
Yep.
For crimes that they did not commit and will not commit.
In a unanimous vote on Tuesday night, the Progressive San Jose City Council passed ordinances to, quote, require every gun owner to buy liability insurance coverage for their firearms and to pay a fee to compensate taxpayers for the emergency medical and police response to gun-related injuries and death.
Aren't they already getting, doesn't the city
Get
The
money when
county-
they buy the gun?
well, not that. I know they get it there, but I'm talking about, isn't there already taxes and stuff already
Already in place for
to
those emergency
compensate for-
services? Yeah.
So why are you trying to insist on getting more?
Because defund the police. Democrat Mayor Sam Liccardo praised the measure. And
Vince Lombardi? What?
Sam Liccardo,
Oh, sorry.
pretty close, praised the measure and
much.
reportedly argued that gun owners who refuse to comply with the new rules would have their weapons seized. Quote, while the Second Amendment protects the right to bear arms, it does not require taxpayers to subsidize gun ownership.
Hold on. Stop. What the hell does that mean? Taxpayers subsidize gun ownership?
I'm a taxpayer, and as a gun owner, I'm also owning my gun as a taxpayer, so nobody subsidized it.
Well,
it's not like I'm getting a buyback.
Yeah, I'm not getting a tax
rebate.
break. Yeah, you're not getting a tax break or anything because you own a gun.
You don't get a rebate or a tax break for owning a weapon. Honestly, if anything, it makes it look worse on you.
Well, but here's the deal too. Aren't these gun owners? Aren't they taxpayers too?
Yeah.
So then, how are you saying it doesn't require taxpayers to subsidize gun ownership when literally they're talking about subsidizing their own gun ownership?
Liccardo continued saying, "We won't magically end gun violence, but we will stop paying for it."
Oh my God.
He's saying that the city will no longer pay emergency services to do their job when it involves a gun-related crime.
Wow.
Involving a gun-related crime, the city officials will no longer pay their emergency services in San Jose. That's what he's saying.
How pissed off? I mean, like, can you imagine being a first responder? Or being a police officer? Or hell, being I don't know how they're going to try and do what I was going to say with a normal citizen who maybe doesn't have a gun but lives in that area.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being in a... Wow. Oblivion Flickering put it really well. Are we going to require all car owners to pay a fine for damage done by drunk drivers?
Yes.
That's next on
Yes,
the
we
docket.
are. Yes, we are.
It'll be easier to do that once they get the Second Amendment gone because the Second Amendment's the hardest part.
Right.
They figured they would work, from the hard spot back, then... easy
Instead
up.
of just chipping away little by little on the easy stuff, they're going to try and chip little by little on the hardest thing first, and then
once
all the
that's
rest
gone,
of it
everything
snowballs.
else, it all crumbles.
It's the snowball effect.
Yeah,
it just crumbles down.
Yep. Also, Oblivion Flickering on Twitter. Have they no poor houses? Are the prisons closed? We need to reduce the surface population. That would be Ebenezer Scrooge.
And also correct.
Yeah. This, I don't know how anybody would live.
Well, except for the reduce the surface population. That's kind of weird.
Well, but I mean, that's ultimately what's going to end up having to happen.
Yeah.
Of all the people who live in San Jose, can you imagine the people that, again, as we were talking about, who are law-abiding citizens who try to do everything the right way, are going to turn around and leave?
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't live there.
I know, right?
I mean, it'd be hard enough for me to be a person I am living in California as a whole. But when you live in San Jose, who's going to turn around and pull something like that, where they're going to require me now to be responsible for the actions of someone else?
Mm-hmm. Speaking of pulling something, Pika pulled the Snarky Jack all over on the Twitters. Will knife owners have to make compensations for payments for knife violence? Will penis owners have to make compensation for owning for payments for rape?
Oh, again, we're headed that way.
That's only if they claim to use their penis.
Well, it would have to be. I don't know the internet. I just know that with the Second Amendment is the hardest part to get rid of, and once they can get rid of that, everything else just crumbles.
Right.
And so it'll be easier than all get out to get over that. So I just
once again, this is probably going to be hit in court with like 1,000 different lawsuits.
Well, duh.
And it's not going to go much of anywhere
because they're going to say, and I understand the argument. They're like, well, it's not being infringed. You're just,
yes, it is.
It's,
yeah.
Not really.
Okay.
Now, arguably,
it's also an unlawful tax.
It's an unlawful tax. That's but that's where the argument's at. That's one of the reasons why they're doing it this way too, because they can't say, well, no, it's not against the Second Amendment.
Okay, but it is an unlawful tax.
Yes,
you're taxing the people for violence committed by criminals.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because then they can knock out, and all the case laws and everything that comes from this will then be classified under the whole tax law thing, not Second Amendment.
Not Second
so
Amendment,
they can still whittle away at Second Amendment without actually having to be responsible for it. It looks and falls under a different category.
Right. But here's one of the good things. If they do get it on the tax thing, and then you also run another couple, 15 different lawsuits, and half of them are about the Second Amendment, it's still going to be there.
Yeah, it'll show at some point unless they get dropped.
Right.
I mean, it'll work its way up. Worst case, work up to Supreme Court. They're just going to turn around and go, yeah, we're not touching this. Bye. Mm-hmm. Which is dumb because they should be able to just go, it says
It shall not be infringed. Right. It doesn't say shall not be infringed unless you want to tax the people because people are bad.
Yeah, it shall not be infringed. Arguably, aside from the fact that you're paying a person for the services of creating and building the said weapon, theoretically, I would argue, based off of the way the Second Amendment says, you shouldn't even be paying anything for it.
Right.
No taxes, no
It should just
licensing
be
fees.
the price of owning the weapon.
Yeah, which is, I am trading you, sir, for having built it. I'm paying you for your time and services, and that's it.
Right. Or
Other
you
than
for
that,
selling it.
Other than that, it should be free.
Right.
That's my
And
humble opinion.
that's good. You know what else should be free?
American Pride Roasters coffee.
No, actually, that shouldn't be free. You should go and support them. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Oh, I do, but
I do too. AmericanPrideRoasters.com, where you can get historically great coffee.
But it would be nice if it was just at least one point it was just suddenly free. Do you think we can
Just
get
once?
Do you think we can get the government to subsidize it?
Maybe.
I don't know. We could try.
I don't know.
If Alberta can be considered as a possibility for a 51st state, we might be able to make this happen.
I think we can. Let's make it work.
Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Historically great coffee, guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
Follow us on all the social medias at DOAE Show. Get your tweets in, like, share, follow, and all that fun jazz. Mojo50 is the guys who, for some goofy reason, keep us on the air. Mm-hmm. We've got a whole nother hour to go. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Tell you what, little like gnat that keeps on flying around at me.
I know. I keep seeing you chase it.
Ah, it bothers me so. It's like going like right here,
I know.
like right in front of my glasses. I'm like, get
It's like, this is nice.
I can't catch it.
Let's see.
Coffees.
Fierce commitment to climate change. I'm particularly grateful for her constant support of the NWO. I look forward to her next steps and know that our paths will cross again. Patty Haju. Wow. Yeah, sure. See, I'm not the only person who thought that. I said New World Order. I was just reading the thingy, and it says NWO, and I'm reading it as New World Order, and
It doesn't mean that.
no, apparently it's supposed to be Northwestern Ontario.
Sorry. How would we know? We're used to NWO. You know, the WWE.
No, we're used to NWA.
Oh, that's also true.
I don't know. It's Fan-damn-tastic.
Whoops.
What?
Nothing.
Uh-oh.
Whoopsie. Hi.
Why are you addressing that?
Cuz?
You do it on the air.
All right, fine.
Because I think we said that a million times. If you need to know, email us.
Send us an email.
And I know he sent an email saying he was coming, but he never sent anything about, hey, I need info.
Right.
At all. Matter of fact, just so I can...
You can also direct message us. That's fine too.
And let's see. What the hell is this?
Peekaboo? I don't know.
No, he's got some weird thing. It is. It's really weird.
That's not it.
There it is. Okay, let's see. Hold on.
What are you
Okay. No. Here we go.
All right.
I believe this. Yeah. See.
Oh,
Sign
yeah.
Gosu. Okay.
So just.
I don't know what that was our response, but okay. So yes, see, we signed up. Okay.
Yeah.
And then and we couldn't do that. We addressed that already.
Yep.
And then it was it. And that's it.
Okay. But he's going to be here, so.
I know, but there's nothing else.
Yeah. I mean, you could just like join us in the Henderson area and we can, you can run with us. It's fine that way too.
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, ready, breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Thought I was 6 feet under.
Oh, we have some great guys we work with.
Oh, yeah. They're awesome.
I love Mike. Me and him.
Hilarious.
Just, picking back and forth.
Good peoples. Good
Him
peoples.
and the Riverfish is another one. And yeah, just everybody on Mojo. If you haven't listened to Mojo, check them out. Mojo 50. iHeartRadio's on the Mojo 50 radio banner.
Or you can go to mojo50.com.
Yeah, if you want to.
And you can find out where everybody is and when they are and all the
Yeah.
rest of it.
Watch Mojo TV and all that fun jazz over there. Good stuff.
By the way, we're holding a 4th of July
We are. There's a thing we're
on
doing.
the Sundays.
This Sunday.
On the 4th.
This coming Sunday.
This Sunday on the 4th. We're holding a 4th of July's. And for
No, we're
anybody
holding an Independence Day. 4th of July is already there.
Oh, sorry.
holding an
We're
Independence
holding
Day.
a party.
Yes, Independence Day barbecue.
Yep.
Oh,
Getting-
go on. I was just.
you good?
I'm just here to
Are you
correct
right?
you.
You're just
Keep going.
correcting?
No,
All right,
yeah.
fine. Okay, good. And we've been asked, how do people find out where to go that if they don't use the Facebooks?
We've said this a million times.
Send us an email at DOA Show.
Or follow us on social medias.
Yeah, DOA Show
You can
at
DM us.
gmail.com, or you can at DOA Show direct message us.
I believe some of you may even have our phone number
You could call us.
or leave a message.
Or you can leave yeah, you know what? You could even send us a message on the show line because it's still active. We just don't answer it right now.
Yeah, because don't.
We'll text you back if you need it.
Yeah, no.
I check it. I check the text messages.
Yeah, we haven't decided what to do with it yet. But
Yeah.
anyway.
So it's still there. But yeah,
I'm just saying, it's
all
that
of those
simple.
options, they're there. And if you need it, because we can't really just post it everywhere, or that's not what we don't want to do that because that wouldn't be responsible of us.
No, because that's a lot everywhere, and I may be unemployed, but that's a lot. I got a lot more stuff to do than that.
Right.
To go to every single social media and be like,
Post it.
No,
Post
good.
it. Post it. Post it.
I'm good.
Yeah,
Now
no.
I think we did fail. We did not put it on the website,
I didn't. You're
Yeah,
right.
so we
that was
failed there.
That was my fail.
and that was on us. But everything else,
Right.
just saying, guys.
There you go. Look at you.
What happened?
Smart guy.
Did he finally get it?
Yeah.
Gets it?
Yeah, he gets it.
It's about time.
That's right. Anyways.
Innies whoosies.
Anywho's.
So,
No?
I don't do
No?
that
How about
one.
this one? No? No?
I don't know. Like that, I don't know. Okay.
How about this one?
this
Yes.
one? Let's do this.
Let's
one.
do this one.
Let's start here.
Okay.
Because I mean,
It's fine. We're good. These are all wherever.
oh no, and I know that.
That's the best.
I know this is what makes it so good.
Yeah.
My brain is going the whole Bill Cosby thing.
I know, yeah.
Like, I didn't read it
You don't have to.
because I feel
Uh-huh.
that at this point, the only real reason he got released,
Uh-huh.
aside from the fact that he's a celebrity,
Was because he can no longer get off.
because he's black.
Really? That you're going for the skin color thing?
I am, because we're at a point where the racial divide, the racial situation is far more important now than Pound Me Too. That's gone.
You're right.
That's gone.
You're right. Pound Me Too means absolutely
you
nothing.
You have to, because all this is a poor black man being picked on. He's already in his late 80s. How dare you, in the man who is in the twilight of life, making him sit those last remaining years behind bars away from his family instead of being at home with his family when he can die peacefully. Yes, he may have done some atrocious things and some horrible things, but how dare you, sir? You wouldn't do this to a white man, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, we
the guilt
would.
trip came in and here we are.
Yes, we would.
I believe that's the reason why it got let go.
Probably.
I don't know, but I mean, when you
there could be that in there somewhere.
I'm sure that's got a twinge of it somewhere. And so I don't feel like that conversation's worth having. We can still leave it there if you want to, and there might be more to it, but
yeah, that's pretty much all we need to talk about there.
I don't think there's much to it.
It was
beyond
literally just, hey, he
that.
got released, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he's going to go on tour anytime soon, so.
No.
Which, would be funny, I think, if he did. I think it would be hilarious.
Right. You know who should go on tour, though?
Who?
This guy.
Bernie Sanders?
Yeah.
Yeah. The
comedy
senator.
tour.
I didn't realize he was still senator.
Right? Right?
I really didn't. I thought that ship had long sailed. but
Right, yeah,
apparently not.
yeah. I thought like when he went to go for president, he just kind of dropped everything else and went there. No, he's still senator.
Well, I've always, that's always bothered me. Before we get into the story, that's always bothered me that if you're already in politics as a senator or a congressman or whatever, and you run for the presidency, even though you're still a congressman or a senator, you don't lose your spot unless
You're not doing your job, though.
But that's what I was getting ready to say. You were hired to do a job. You don't want to. You want to move up. Or move over. You want to change position. Whatever. Then maybe you should drop the job you're in and go to, or let the thing ride and then go to the next one and try that way. You don't sit here and ride for 2 years doing absolutely nothing and collecting a paycheck. That's BS. It doesn't work anywhere else in the real world. It sure as hell shouldn't work in the government. But
Right.
here we are.
There we go.
So what I thought was the former and not so former Senator Bernie Sanders lamented this week all the, quote, talk about...
No, hold on. He lamented.
He lamented.
He lamented the fact that he's a communist.
It wasn't
No?
that he was a communist.
Okay.
He's been doing this for so long, it's ingrained. It's
It's not a
it's like the pea bag he has to trade out every time. It's not just second nature to him.
colostomies.
Yep.
Gotta love those. Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's not it.
No.
That's the fact that he's never actually held a job in his life.
No, he doesn't. Again, it's at this point he's collected his money. He's done his thing. He's going home.
The fact that he has 3 homes and is a multi-millionaire just off of living on the public.
No, I'm going to give you a hint. It has nothing to do with him or any self-introspection at all.
Oh, then I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's
right.
He's still the same.
But he's lamenting.
He is lamenting. As
Is he verklempt?
no, not yet. As the outspoken socialist that he is not lamenting anything involving himself. He's lamenting about things that other people are not doing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he lamented this week, quote, the talk of all the numbers and processes, end quote, surrounding the Biden administration's mammoth $6 trillion budget proposal, and that is 6 trillion with a T.
Yeah, 6 trillion.
Arguing such needless deliberation ignores, quote, the needs of the working class Americans, end quote.
So we went through a lot of the $2 trillion.
Yeah,
Dollar
we
plan.
did.
And so the $6 trillion plan is actually 3 different $2 trillion plans.
Yeah.
All of them were supposed to be combined.
Yeah.
And they were only going to get the support of Republicans for the first one.
Yeah.
And then they were just going to push the other 2 through.
Yeah. But, c'est la vie.
Yeah.
Rather than carefully considering spending trillions of dollars in taxpayer money, the senator proclaimed that Congress should just borrow the money now and figure out how to pay for it later.
That's no.
do me a favor.
Yeah, can
real
I'll
quick.
go back to the thing, right?
Yeah, you know where
I know
I'm going.
exactly where you're going. with that.
Go ahead and pull that up
Yeah,
while we
no.
do this. Speaking on MSNBC's Chris Hayes on Sunday after the spending package, Sanders said, quote, "One of the things that has bothered me in the last month or so is this. A lot of talk about numbers, 6 trillion, big number. A lot of talk about the process. You know what we're not talking about the needs of the working class and what we've got to do," end quote. I'm just throwing this out there. Can you tell me again what's the U.S. federal GDP?
Debt to GDP ratio?
Yes.
Okay, debt to GDP ratio currently right now as it sits is 128.14%.
128%.
128.
0.14. Let's not.
Yeah.
Let's.
Just so we're clear, in the year 2000, it was 57%.
Okay. But just and it's makes me sad. But just so we're clear on this, so just for clarity's sake, we are sitting at 128.14% debt for the debt to GDP
Ratio. Yeah, percentage, yeah.
You know, in math, and I know I'm not a math person, but
You're not the math person,
I'm not.
but you could still get this.
But I can get this. You know that there is only, you can't go higher than 100%.
Generally.
I mean, there's arguably formulas and situations where you can go above it.
Yeah, right.
But in the grand scheme of it all, once you hit 100%
Of debt to GDP, yeah.
or of anything, that's it. Anything beyond that
Right.
is extra.
Yeah.
Okay? In this case, if you have 128.14% of federal debt to GDP ratio, that means that we have not only hit dollar for dollar GDP to debt, but we have surpassed it by 28.14%.
Right.
Which means we're already borrowing money.
Well past
Everything. We're borrowing money now.
Yes.
And all he could do is go, what's another 6 trillion amongst thieves?
Yeah.
Let's just borrow it now and we'll figure out how to pay for it later.
Yeah.
You're already borrowing money, you jackass.
And by the way, that's just with the national debt.
I know.
That's not adding the deficit in there.
I know. I know.
And it's also not adding what would be considered the printing of money.
Oh, I know. Like a lot of this the whole thing is an artificial contract. I mean, we're due for another, Great Depression type. Oh, dear Jesus. Total debt to GDP ratio is actually sitting at 143.29%.
That's if you include the deficit and all the rest of it. If we were just talking about the debt, okay, there is a difference between the debt and the deficit, and unfunded liabilities, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
When you throw it all together
now you have a 143,
almost 150%.
Yeah, that means that
means we're getting ready to lap ourselves a second time.
Right, we're so close.
But you want to borrow more.
We are basically 3 times the amount of debt to GDP as 20 years ago. We have almost tripled the debt to GDP from 20 years ago.
And I would really love, and I know they have this stuff somewhere.
Only 20 years.
I know they have the numbers for this somewhere, and I would really love to see them. Because I know for a fact that...
But we need to stop talking about the numbers.
Well, yeah, we got to get Andrew Coppins on for that.
Yeah. No, we need to stop talking about the numbers.
No, I know.
That's what Bernie
Sanders says. Well, I'm adding the caveat that we need to wait until we have Andrew Coppins to talk better about numbers.
We need to get
him
on there. Yeah, we need to get back on here for that.
But, this is just...
It hurts, doesn't it?
It does, because...
Once again, you're not the numbers guy.
I'm not.
It hurts.
It hurts really bad.
It hurts to think about.
Because this whole thing is just an artificial construct at this point.
Yeah.
It's not real. And you're just, what's another 6 trillion? Well, if we weren't sending millions. No, excuse me.
Excuse you.
Real fast.
Yeah.
Remember the thing we broke down the other day? Can you find that again?
The thing that we broke down?
Yeah, remember the 2 million, the original 2 million or $2 trillion debt or package? that
Oh,
they
the
did?
breakdown of the package.
Can you find that again real fast?
I can look.
See if you can find it real fast because there's a point on there that I want to make on this. It means if you're going to keep printing money, that one, you're running the whole risk of, inflation and hyperinflation and
Yeah.
and again, coming from a guy who doesn't do math,
Right.
it's not going to go well. I think it was in USA Today.
I think so too.
But B from the SAV, silly Dylan, we're talking about government where math, logic and truth in general aren't really all that important. We're America. We could possibly go wrong. What could possibly go wrong with spending beyond our ability to produce? I mean, he's got a point.
He does have a point.
It's
Not a good point.
It's not a good point.
But it's a point.
It is still a point.
Yeah.
I believe it's on here.
Yeah.
Scroll down a little bit. I
where
want
you
to see.
want
So
the-
we're looking at the stuff. I need to see which one's it in. It might not be this one.
No, this is definitely the one that we pulled.
No, I know this one we pulled, but it might not. What I'm looking for, I don't think may not have been on there.
Do you know what you pulled? Or what you're talking about?
Yep, and I'm looking and I don't see it. Keep going. One more thing. Nope, it's not on there.
Not on there.
Not on there.
Okay. What are you looking at?
How many billions are we paying to other countries? And what the F are we getting in return?
Oh, well, this is just the regular stimulus.
No, I know that. But I thought it was on there. I thought something about other countries was on there, and that's why I wanted you to pull that
Oh,
one up.
there are. Yeah, there's
But I'm
other
saying,
stuff
like-
with international spending.
Yeah, but like we're, we like with the whole, what was it, 140 billion going to Iran for gender studies.
yeah. That's,
Like that kind of stuff. Maybe
yeah.
if we're not bribing other countries and paying other countries and for no reason. Like it's different if we're getting something from them.
right. Yeah.
I even,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a hard leap to make
Sure.
and a hard step to take,
Right.
but I would even like accept it if it was a Biden way of bribing other nations to not hurt us and leave us alone. I don't like that at all by any stretch of the imagination. But at least even in that instance, I feel like we would be getting something.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like there's still an exchange
Well, I mean,
there.
you got this.
And that's why I'm doing it to lead into that.
Yeah. You got that, but we could talk about that the next half.
That's what's killing me though, is at least that kind of a trade-off. I would feel you're getting something out of it.
All right, you're getting something in return.
When you're handing $140 billion to Iran for gender studies, when you're sitting at almost 150% debt
to GDP
ratio, I mean, how can you in good conscience go, oh yeah, no, let's just roll another $6 trillion. Who the hell cares?
I think that's actually what they're talking about right now. Who the hell cares?
And that's the part that scares me.
Because they're looking at okay, let me pull it right back up real quick because I know I just took it away.
I know, but seriously though, like you might as well just leave it up for me to show from now on. We might,
For every show
as we come in, we might have to-
no. Like okay, so looking at this, okay, everything involved, all the rest
That's a
of it,
lot of red.
total U.S. debt.
85
It's 85 trillion.
God, and it is going up quick.
Yeah.
It's-
National, quote unquote, national debt is 28 trillion. That's without the unfunded liabilities, but all the rest of it, the budget deficit is $3 trillion. U.S. federal spending is $6 trillion.
$6 trillion.
Actual spending is over $7 trillion already.
Yeah, and they're going to turn around and tack on another. Talk about another 6. It's just it's incredible. The
Just immediately another 6. Just slammed
throw it
right on top.
on there. And what is that going to do? It's just going to make everything else just kind of,
Yep.
who cares? Who's paying for it? Not us. Liability per citizen as of right now is $452,198. Do you have that in your bank?
No.
Do you have that readily available to you in any way? Do you have anything that you could,
No.
if needed, to call upon that you could mortgage out or something to get?
No.
No. So we're at
21 trillion in Social Security liabilities, 33 trillion in liabilities for Medicare, 150 trillion U.S. unfunded liability.
150 trillion.
Yeah.
And watching these numbers just roll.
Our GDP is 22 trillion.
Oh, the just for clarity, just to make it clear, in the past, how many minutes have we been talking about? Just this, since you pulled it back up again, what, 2 minutes?
Yeah.
In the past 2 minutes,
It's gone up.
we've gone up over $1 million. Or $1 billion, I'm sorry, in deficit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
$1 billion in deficit in the past 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, this is it.
It goes quick.
I don't.
So total unfunded liabilities is $150 trillion. $150 trillion
Yep.
of total unfunded liability
That's incredible.
in America.
And they just want to, again, who cares about how we pay it?
Our GDP is 22. 22 trillion is our GDP.
Kind of short there.
We're short.
By
a lot. A lot.
A lot.
A lot of short.
Senators went on to argue that while quote-unquote real wages in America today are, quote, lower than they were 48 years ago.
Uh-huh. Sure. Yeah, you keep on saying that.
I'm going to pause there for a moment. How are
Real wages?
real wages?
Because of inflation. Inflation.
Yeah, but whose fault is that?
The inflation?
Couldn't be the
Government?
I was going to say, it couldn't be the trillions that they've been passing in the $6 trillion that they're wanting to do now and just pass it, and who the hell we worry about paying for it later. That couldn't be because of what caused the inflation. No, not that. Jackass. And again, even the real wages, it's shut up. You're lower than 48 years ago, quote, and the wealth disparity only increasing. You're part of the wealthy, Bernie.
Yeah.
Congress must act quickly to retain the faith of the American people.
Hey, I got a problem with what you did just there.
With what?
There's no Joe Biden imitations here.
Oh, I was.
Close to the mic and whispering.
That's right. I apologize.
Thank you.
I'm still going to do it like that anyway.
Okay,
because
that's
it made
fine.
me
Yeah,
giggle.
go
But I was letting Bernie know.
Right.
It was kind of a
You were
side thing
personal.
because he
Yeah.
doesn't, obviously it's not something he wants to.
Yeah. Hey, Bernie Sanders. You're rich.
Yeah, you're part.
American taxpayer money.
Yeah, you're part of that wealth disparity and only increasing.
Actually, you're the worst part of the wealth disparity because you've made all of your money off of tax money.
And then turn around and bitch at everybody else because they shouldn't have it. That they're not paying enough.
You're the worst of us when it comes to that.
Yeah. To do so, he argued, that's to retain the faith of the American people, which people like you will never be able to retain faith
Of anything.
get the
Any
faith of
kind.
the American people
Right.
at all.
We have no faith in you.
You're a horrible human being and
Right.
a liar. To do so, well, he's not a liar. Actually, let me rephrase that. He's not a liar. He has been everything that he said he was. Everything he wants to do, he openly admits to it. He doesn't lie about it. And so I apologize. I did not mean to slander him. He does not lie. He's a greedy human being. To do so, he argued, lawmakers must make a gargantuan investments in progressive wish list items.
Otherwise known as huge.
Yeah. Well, he has to say gargantuan. You can't say huge now because everyone's going to be making that joke.
Huge.
Huge. But in wish items, such as climate initiatives,
Uh-huh.
free education,
Uh-huh.
free healthcare,
Uh-huh.
paid family leave,
Mm-hmm.
housing stipends,
Yeah.
and more.
Okay, so
So if you free education,
yep.
which is already heavily, oddly enough, the bigger colleges are already getting government
Tons of money.
subsidies. Yeah.
You know, that is the funny
And then
thing.
being
So-
paid by the people going.
Yeah, think about that. Okay. Public colleges and universities
Yep.
are so heavily subsidized by federal and state money.
Yep.
And then you add on top of that the tuition that the kids pay.
Uh-huh.
And then you add on top of that the money that they get from all of the sports activities.
Yeah, God help you if you're a place like Duke or somebody like that.
Yeah, NC State, Duke,
Who's got, a lot of notoriety when it comes to the NCAA or something like that.
Right.
Absolutely.
So much money flows into these schools.
And they're always asking for more.
And they're always asking for more. They're always raising the next
tuition?
year's tuition. They're always upping the price, and they don't have to.
And all they
When it
do is
comes-
brainwash your kids, though.
Yeah.
You don't even get a good education out of it.
Here you go. 48 years ago, it was the same job, okay?
Yeah.
The same job 48 years ago,
Yeah.
right?
Concentrate.
Is about the same price.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're getting paid if Bernie's correct, you're getting paid per hour about the same.
Okay.
Okay? 48 years ago, the degree to get that job was only like $12,000 total.
Yeah. And it actually was beneficial because you actually were better at that point. You got a degree. It did back then. It meant something.
Yeah.
It got you somewhere.
Your entire college tuition was somewhere between 12 to 50 grand.
I got it.
And that was if you went for an extra 4 years.
Yeah. But it got you something.
Yeah,
It was worth the return.
It was worth it, and you were able to pay it off in a few years. Now, college tuition is what? 400, 500, 600% of what it was 20 years ago.
And it's not worth the paper it's written on.
Nope.
Not even
Not even worth it. Thank God you finally got that fly. Jeez.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'd gotten one earlier.
Thank you,
that
Adam.
one- Yeah. Thanks for sharing
Trying to
that.
help make us
Thanks for
look
sharing,
special.
buddy.
See?
Look at you.
You're the man.
So good.
Debt isn't bad when you can't factor in quantitative squeezing. Each interest payment on the debt, the Fed gets free wet teddy bear. Guaranteed 100% wet, or the next one is free.
I love
and
that
wet.
commercial.
Oh, the wet teddy bear?
Yeah, I
know.
love that commercial.
Free teddy bears.
Wet
What's a
teddy
free
bears here. Absolutely 100% wet or it's free.
Apparently, our gimmick should be the
Debt clock? No. No.
Oh, no, actually, that might be good.
I don't.
David Kennedy needs a call out. Why?
Call out.
The hell are you? What do you need to? Are you so special? No, I'm kidding.
Love you. Call out.
There's your call out. Enjoy. No, I think about it though. Think about how fantastic of an idea that is. Of the debt clock being the gimmick. The guy who can't do math
Does the debt clock?
does the debt clock.
Does the debt
If
to
I,
GDP?
in my ignorance and when it comes to arithmetic, can make common sense out of this stuff, then so should everyone else. So Easy Dylan can do it. Like that should be the.
That's it.
It's so easy Dylan can do it. I'm just saying.
I think you know what? If we take it that way, it might work. It might work.
I'll giggle for it.
Oh, it hurts.
This is Defenders Live.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I want to say thank you very much off the bat to Adam W. Johnson over there on Twitter for actually trying to help pitch the show a little bit more. Share it around, spread it around. You guys should do that too. Be like Adam.
Well,
Ruin someone's day. Share our show with them.
yeah.
Guaranteed to make it at some point or another. You have a small group of people who will be like, "Oh yeah, this is all right." The majority of people, on one level or another,
Those guys are morons.
their heads are going to explode.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen is either going to disagree with us vehemently,
Right.
or they're just going to find us completely irritating that they can't tolerate listening to us.
Which is fine.
But it's all still good because it still makes their head pop, and it makes me happy.
Right.
So thank you.
He
Adam.
just wants people's head to pop like his.
Yeah. High Ground Slug over on Twitter. Also, thanks for making me hate many of my life choices, guys. Just so we're clear, that was not the intention. It was just,
Which life choices are we talking here?
hey, you know what? I was always told that a regret is a lesson you didn't learn.
Right.
So if you can look back and go, probably shouldn't done it, we'll definitely not do it again.
At least you've learned
then
something.
you learn something, and
Right.
so it's not. You can't hate yourself for that.
Yep,
It's a
I've
lesson.
learned that lesson.
You learned the lesson.
Learned it well.
Adam
Yeah.
W. Johnson over on Twitter as well. Our university sets its eyes on a piece of property and they won't give up until they get it. They've even taken state land from the state. Our state fair used to be here and was moved because the university wanted the land and they wield eminent domain like a cudgel.
How does a school have eminent domain?
Well, when it becomes, I'm not 100% sure.
Are you
where
saying it's
he's-
state owned?
Well, no, I was just saying, well, all of them are. Right. I'm not sure where he's at exactly, but I'm going to go on a limb and go that it's probably in a situation where that is probably the biggest moneymaker in,
The
or the
state?
biggest attraction,
In the state?
if not to the state, at least
city,
to
yeah.
that area.
Yeah.
And so because it's been so big, they kind of let it all slide because why are we going to stand in its way if we piss them off? You know,
They could leave.
they could leave, they could shut down, things may move, and then the state doesn't roll, and
or the city or the town or whatever.
yeah, I don't get my back scratched, and that's
I like back scratches.
I do too.
Back scratches are nice.
I do. I like this. I like it when the girlfriend like scratches my skull. That's one of the reasons why I enjoy having the sides shaved like I do because it's like extra. It's like
It's the extra deep scratching.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like my feet.
And we know, High Ground Slut, we know that you share the stuff. We're just pointing out that Adam shared it because it was there. Why, are you okay?
No, I was just reading it. I'm sorry. I need my glasses at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, my ADHD is killing me.
Yeah, it is. It's getting in there.
Like I'm reading the same thing like 3 times because I'm hung up on. It's the fact that she said wrote there elder.
Elder Slug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really weird. So like my eyes are focused on the word elder, even though I'm reading the rest of them, and I keep coming like I hit elder and stop,
And you can't read the rest of it?
and I don't know why I'm just fixated on the word elder, and then I go back and start again, and I'm fixated on it and stop.
And you can't go.
For some reason, I can't get past it, and I don't know why. I know what the hell elder means. I get what she's trying to get at. I just don't.
His eyes will not continue.
For some reason, I'm being hung up there, and it's messing with me. It's ADHD.
I'm
man.
sorry about that.
It's
You know, we were
my
talk-
tumor. That's what it is.
We're talking
Damn
about
tumor.
spending still, and mainly because there's still more to talk about.
Since we've brightened your day so far, this has
Since we've
been
made you feel so good about yourself.
this show has been dismal, hasn't it?
well,
Think about it.
Well, I mean,
the
we did-
Canadians are dying, going to hell quick, fast, and in a hurry. We're-
But
Uh-huh.
there's a bright spot that we talked about. Maybe they're going to secede.
yeah, but that is the only silver lining out of anything, and that's not even like again.
not that big, right?
America would have to accept them.
I think they would.
I don't think so.
I think they would.
Not the current administration. I don't think so.
maybe not.
I don't think so.
They'd accept everybody from the south, just not the north. Is that what you're saying?
No, they would say everybody east of Edmonton. From Edmonton
Over, yeah.
or east is what they would take. Everything
Yeah.
left from the west they wouldn't take.
I understand you, and that's weird considering, but that's fine.
Well,
I
but they
mean,
do the same thing here. That's what me and Mike were talking about this afternoon or
Yeah.
this morning.
Yeah.
When him and I were on the phone, because I didn't realize it like that. I mean, I always assumed Canada to be kind of like everywhere, all of, like from Alberta and BC and the Yukon. I figured it to be all like that. You have maybe a major city here and a major city there, but for the most part, it's woods.
Yep.
It's forests. It's dense. It's foliage. Land of meeses and bears.
I thought it was moosin.
No, it's meeson. It's meese.
Meese?
Yeah, meese.
Meese.
Like
Sorry.
you have a goose and a geese.
Right.
So it's moose and a meese.
I thought it was moosin.
Well, it might be. I don't
It
know.
might be. Whatever. It's
I
all
don't
good. But
know.
no, so let's keep on this train of dismal destruction
Yeah.
and demise with a pair of spending plans unveiled on Tuesday. Democrats in Washington made it clear that they have no intention of directly addressing the immigrant crisis in America, even while they suggest giving a ton of money to address the border security concerns in the Middle East.
Didn't we talk about this earlier?
No.
About not about this specifically, but didn't we talk about this earlier about how the something that would benefit the United States, the current administration just doesn't give a damn about doing it because it's done here?
Yeah.
Or it was mentioned by the previous administration, and they're so adamantly against them that they have to turn around and just kind of go, well, we're not going to do that. We refuse to do this, but let's go and dump a boatload of money to overseas in the Middle East to work so they can build
Yeah.
border walls.
Yeah.
Just so we're clear, Biden administration, do you really think that let's say you're successful. Let's say that this happens. Let's say that you do what you should be doing to your own country and not threatening to nuke them. You build walls around these nations and you help with these borders and these separations of these countries that I only recently learned about, and it truly makes my doomer, hey, it hurt me. But you do this. Do you think that, because there's a part of them that says, well, if they do this, then the fighting will stop. It'll make it harder for them to fight one another. Do you think that's really going to work? I mean, let's be honest. Look at Israel. Look at Jerusalem.
Yeah.
It literally has walls surrounding the city. How many
Yeah.
times is it attacked?
All the time.
It's not going to change anything. But you're taking money, as we previously stated, that we don't have by any stretch of imagination. It's not even like it's on the horizon. It's coming in. We just need to have it hit.
No, we don't got it.
It's not here.
We got
Matter of
none of
fact, it wouldn't even, if we stopped spending right now, it still wouldn't be projected to be paid off within the next 2 generations.
Well, no,
At
no, no.
least.
If
No.
if our country stopped spending everything
Right now.
right now, and all they
It would
did
take
was
2 generations to get cleaned
was
up.
they took the GDP
Okay.
and didn't pay for the government at all.
That would be fantastic.
It would take, because we're at 150%. We're at 150%.
Uh-huh.
That means it would take what?
2 generations.
No, not 2 generations.
To get under?
To get back?
50.
No,
100.
no. So
What
we're
is
at
that, 50%.
We're
I
at,
know
okay,
that's not.
Hold on. If we do the whole thing, right? We do the whole thing, and we say unfunded liabilities.
At 150 trillion.
So 150 trillion, right?
Uh-huh.
We make 22 trillion.
Okay.
How many years? You can do it.
No, I can't.
You can do it.
I can't.
Okay. Well, let's round it up to 25.
Round what up to 25?
To 22.
Okay.
Round it. That's 25.
to
right?
150.
No. Round it up to 25.
Yeah, but you're saying asking me how many times would 25 go into 150?
Yes.
5 times.
That's 5 years.
That's
That's if we decided to just crush the government, doesn't do a dang thing, nobody gets paid. The government, who is, by the way, overpaid, doesn't get paid for 5 years.
Yeah.
All of you multimillionaires sitting in Senate could still survive. Shut up.
Yeah, and that's
And it just doesn't get paid for 5 years.
screw you, Dave Ramsey.
All the money gets accepted. Boom.
It might, but
It'd be 5 years. Now, double the time. We spend half of our GDP. It would take 10, maybe 15 years.
But you couldn't-
It would take 15 years. We could clean up the entire unfunded liabilities of the United States in 15 years if all we did per year was spend only half of our current GDP.
Okay, I'm gonna have to take your word for that. But my point, my
Well,
thing
it
is,
cuts it down to 10, basically.
yeah. But what
Or
I'm saying
11.
is, you're not gonna be able to just
Oh, I know. We're not going to be, but I'm saying
Physics
This,
kicks-
this
I
is
know
a
this is-
viable option.
No, I know it is, but I'm saying I know this is math, but
Yeah.
just like in physics, you cannot bring an object in motion to a sudden stop
and this
without
is why,
having and expecting force to continue on. It just doesn't work that way. The transition of that force
and this
and
is
that
why
energy has to
Calvin
keep going.
Coolidge was such a great president
I know,
because he did it.
but he was at the time. It was
He
not.
did it.
It was not as bad.
It doesn't matter.
I know that. I'm not trying to downplay it.
We also didn't have a GDP like that.
That's what I'm saying.
He did it every
He did it.
year.
I know.
He did it.
It would have to take a lot of not even trimming.
I know it wouldn't be trimming. It would be decapitating.
Yeah, it would have to.
We would destroy
It would
half of our government.
It would. Oh, that would be so magical.
Wouldn't it though? If we just literally cut everything that was fat. Cut everything.
Because again, going back to this, Section 8148, the amounts appropriated under the Act of the heading of Operation and Maintenance Defense-wide for the Defense Security Cooperation Agency, $370 million to remain available until September 30th of 2023, shall be available to reimburse Jordan, Lebanon, Egypt, Tunisia, and Oman under the Section 1226 of the Federal National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2016 for enhanced border security.
Where's Yakko Warner when you need him? I mean, really.
Love that.
Honestly, where is he?
I've always wanted to do Wacko's voice
Just saying.
just because it's that whole.
We need him to just go ahead and spit off all the countries again.
I could pull that up. real
I know,
quick.
we're not going to do that right now.
Why? I even have it like on the phone. I think I saved
I
the
bet you
video
do.
to
I
it.
bet you do. No, because we don't want to get our entire video pulled. So don't
I'm
worry
not gonna
about it.
pull the whole video.
Yeah, they will. They'll cut half of it or whatever. No, I'm done.
They didn't do it yesterday for the
I know.
theme song.
I think we got
Thank God.
lucky for that.
Because I played it too low.
Stop bringing it up.
It was a background.
Stop.
They don't know. Don't say anything.
Stop bringing it up. Yeah. But no, okay, we're spending $870 million to enhance the border security of Middle Eastern countries.
That's not our business. It's not our responsibility.
And while it is $870 million in the bucket of whatever trillions,
we're already in the hole for
of $150 trillion.
that would be. But think about it though. Like that would be what 307. What? How much was it? I was seeing 370 million.
No, 870.
I'm sorry, 870 million.
Yeah, 870 million.
It would be
Earmarked
870
for-
million less that we have to worry about
For
paying
Middle
back.
Eastern countries that don't give a damn about us.
Didn't we just give them a whole boat?
We did. We did.
I just.
Nearly $1 billion for enhanced border security in foreign countries. Democrats in Washington evidently don't feel it's necessary to invest any money in the border wall construction in the United States southern border, even as an unprecedented number of migrants continue to flood into the country with little resistance.
Oh, I got corrected. It was. You see, I can't do math. B from the SUV. 25 goes into 156 times.
6 times. Yeah.
Not 5 times.
Yeah, 6 times.
I'm sorry.
That's close enough. You were close.
Missed it by that much.
Yeah. But really, 15 years. If we had a president, think about it like this, okay? If we had a president,
I want to.
no, really. If
Okay.
we had a president and Congress that were willing to cut the budget, to cut the spending. I'm not saying stop all spending. I say cut the spending. Okay? And we cut it in half. We cut the spending in half. We said, you know what? Our government's getting way too much money. We don't have our debt. 15 years. It would be 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 20. We'll say 20 because, people are going to go all weird about it. Well,
Yeah.
20 years. That's just a generation. That's one considered generation of people.
Yeah,
By the time that my oldest kid is old enough to actually run for government if she ever wanted to, we could be out of debt as a country.
if it worked though. If it got done.
If they did it,
But they're not going to.
they would have to keep it for
They're not going
15
to.
years.
They're not going to.
It's a 15-year strategy. These people come up with 20-year, 30-year, 40-year strategies and plan it down the road and never actually accomplish any of it because the next person that comes in obviously kills everything that happened. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying, if you want to cut it into 8 years, instead, you can cut it into 8 years.
That's true. I don't know. It's depressing because it's never going to happen. I mean, even with Trump, with being
he was a spending freak.
he was
though.
a spending freak, and and he was supposed to be the guy. Like that's just the way the ebb and flow has always ran.
Yeah.
The Republican would come in, and it might get some spending, but it wouldn't be anything too crazy. It might actually drop some things a little bit. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And he was just as bad at spending as the old Biden administration's been, and as Obama's been. And
I've been thinking about this a lot lately.
Okay.
A lot. A lot. And it's one of the reasons why I believe that what I'm thinking about makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Okay. What if you and I started a movement?
I usually do after the show. It's
Not that
all
sort
the
of
coffee.
movement. A different movement.
Because you go in that bathroom and I go in that
That's
bathroom.
the
and
you're talking about the wrong sort of movement.
But we're
here.
sharing a movement.
No, a different movement. We're not sharing it.
I mean, we're not side by
It's-
side holding hands.
Let's say separate but equal on that one, all right? But no,
Okay.
what if we actually set up a movement?
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay.
And here's the idea.
I'm all ears.
Here's the idea.
Okay.
No more parties.
Oh, you got me hooked already. I'm
Done,
in.
right?
Done.
Done.
Where do I
Completely.
sign?
Here's the reason why. It doesn't matter who's in office anyway.
It doesn't.
All of these people that are in office, it doesn't matter what party they're a part of, they are intentionally growing our government beyond its means.
Yes.
In one way or another, no matter what good they do on the back end, these people are spending our lives into oblivion.
That's what she said.
Thank you. So, here's the thing. You can't just get rid of all parties, right? Because there's the two-party system, there's all the election rules and regulations,
Yeah.
there's the gerrymandering and all the rest of it, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, to get rid of the party system, we would have to get rid of the DNC, the RNC, the PAC money.
Mm-hmm.
We would have to get rid of the idea that you can fund a large organization and that organization will then fund the people that you represent.
Okay.
It would mean that we would have to go back to funding the people directly that we want to represent us. It would also mean that it would no longer cost multi-billions of dollars for people to run for office.
I'm there. Keep going.
So the laws that would
It's a
have
long
to
pause.
there-
Like,
there's
building suspense. I mean,
there's a lot of law that's put into place, and a lot of it's not even law. It's not American law. It's rules set in place by these parties and by people that aren't even elected into office, that have just been put into a place. And we've said, well, yeah, you need to go ahead and just give us the rules so that we can make everything good. No,
Yeah.
no. Everything is going to be jungle.
That would be.
No, really. Everyone. It doesn't matter what. There is no such thing as party affiliation anymore.
Yeah.
You will be vetted by what you do and say. That is it. By what you do.
No letter designation.
Right. No letter designation. No huge backing.
That would be fantastic.
Nothing. What you do and what you say. Now, here's one of the rules that have to apply. Has to apply.
Okay.
Corporations, businesses will not be allowed
Okay.
to fund.
I'm down with that.
Yeah. Now, you as an individual
Okay.
is fine. And even people who own businesses, that's fine. But it has to come out of your personal pocket. It cannot come out of your company money. And you cannot, will not use that money to say, well, quid pro quo.
Okay.
That will be completely against the law.
I think it'd be good. I like the idea because
And here's the other. So here's what would happen, okay? Because naturally, people decide that they are going to be in a group, right?
yeah,
They're naturally going to
they're
form into
going to
groups.
be drawn to their own.
They're going to be drawn to their own people.
Yeah.
Well, this way, you don't have an artificial construct built around a society saying, okay, well, you're generally in this area, so you're going to fall into this camp. And by the way, if you don't keep in line, we're going to beat the crap out of you and you'll never see the light of day ever again.
Yeah.
No, can't happen. Can't happen.
Yeah. Oblivion Flickering over Twitter. It's the nature of any organization to grow and gain power.
Right.
Usually that's good in business, but deadly in government. It absolutely
That's correct.
is.
Right.
Because
And here's the other deal, right? So if we did this, if we ran this movement, one of the biggest things that would have to change is we'd have to have an all-person election. We'd have to start at square one.
wouldn't that be great?
Everyone would have to go to the election. Everyone would have to be reelected. If you want to stay in office, you'd have to be reelected, and you would not have any party affiliation associated. There would be no DNC $50 billion corporate back.
No.
There would be no CPAC money.
The only problem with that, and let's be completely honest, is at least for that first time, that first open vacuum spot where those seats are all sitting open,
buddy.
the chaos
Oh,
that would ensue.
I would almost.
The amount
I almost
of people.
want it. I almost want.
I
it.
know I do. There's a part of me
want
that
it.
does too. But just so we're clear, majority of people are not, because they're going to kind of go, wait a second. And you're going to have that open vacuum where you're going to have jackasses just up there saying stuff to say stuff.
Yep.
And you're not going to have the serious people. And by the time you get to serious people, most people are going to be checked out. So you're going to run the risk.
Yeah.
Playing devil's advocate.
Sure.
You're running the risk at that point of being right back to where we're at again, of people just kind of signing off without actually doing their due diligence because they're so inundated with this stuff and so beat to death with it. They're like, nah, I'm done. I can't listen anymore. Who's next? Roy? Perfect. Roy is our new president. Congratulations, Roy.
And here's how this would honestly. Here's how this would have to run.
Yeah.
This would have to start as a local thing.
Oh, I know. You'd have to clean house locally and move your
you'd
way
have
out.
to start as local, city, town. City, state, city, county, state. It would have to start local.
It would take some years to get done.
And it would have to be a thing where literally you'd walk through, and it would have to go from one state to another, or start in a couple states and blossom there.
Well,
and then a couple states and blossom
probably
there.
have to start in one town.
It
and
would have
work
to
its
start in
way
one
out.
town, yeah. But the
And it
way
would
that it
have
would
to
do that,
spread.
yeah. But the way that it would do that is those towns would eliminate the party system and the party rules.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They would set up general election rules. Oh, and by the way, this is one way to stop all those crazy election craps.
Oh, high grow fast, high
Yeah.
ground slow over on Twitter. That much chaos would cause popcorn stocks to skyrocket.
Yes.
Yes, it would.
Yes, it would. And it would be amazing.
Be fantastic. And I don't even like popcorn.
I know, right? But you'd get it
I would eat the dog snot out of it because why?
because you can sit there.
Watch this.
It would be so good. But no, the biggest portion of it would be the election laws.
Yeah.
They would have to change. But they would have to change locally
Yeah.
over anything else. But the reason why they would have to change locally is so that they could be a foundation for the federal election laws.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is they can't be different. The federal election laws can't be different than the state election laws in the general. And what I mean by that is, okay, so the federal election laws should be, if you're going to do a federal election, you have to have a state ID.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. State ID. You have to have an ID
And that's
to
going-
prove who you are.
I agree with it, but you know how
and
well
to
that's
prove,
going over in
to prove
Georgia.
who you are and where you live.
Yeah.
You know what? That's funny because in Pennsylvania and in Maine and in Delaware, it worked just fine.
Yeah. But
It's
not
funny.
It's not a southern state though.
In the state where the president came from,
Mm-hmm.
our current president came from, the laws for election are you have to be registered with a state ID.
Yeah, but again, they're not the racist southern states.
Oh, right.
They're all the
Right.
the progressive northern states who are anti-racist, anti-Nazi.
Right, but they
fascist,
have
whatever.
they have a racist standard then.
No, because they're against racism.
Right.
Oblivion Flickering over Twitter. They hid Square One a long time ago. They'll find Jimmy Hoffa before they find Square One.
That's right.
And that's true.
I'm not saying no. We're going to make Square One.
I mean, this is
This is recreating Square One.
this would actually be a great step 2 to the Convention of States.
Oh yeah, no doubt. This would be this sort of movement.
Yeah, you take out if the convention in the States was successful, and you could go that route. My humble opinion, this would be step 2, is to turn around and start from like local level, like you're saying, and completely just do election. Everyone is gone.
Yep.
Here's the windows. Here's the things. Here's
Restart.
the regulations. This is how we're going to do it. And
Get rid of what's his face.
what's his face?
Cooper.
Oh, there's a whole laundry list of them.
I know, but get rid of Cooper and his ilk.
Yep. Well, I only. It would be fantastic.
And then here you go. Because we're going to do grassroots, we have to do social media outpour, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hashtag
Okay.
Party Crashers.
I like that.
I like it, right?
I like that.
It's good.
It works. I mean,
If you start seeing hashtag Party Crashers all over the place, or you start seeing me push stuff, that means I'm actually doing it, guys.
yeah. Is this
I have been obsessing about this for the past 3 days now.
at least?
At least.
At least. I mean, I've been getting, here's an article in this. Here's what you do for this. I'm like, I mean, I'm down. Well, I mean, it makes sense. It would be a great thing to start.
I'm thinking hard on this. Like, I really want to do this. I'm looking at everything.
Yeah. It can't hurt. I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
If you want to help me, send me a message.
Yeah. At Stephen Airy on Twitters or
Yeah, at DOA Show.
at doashow@gmail.com.
Yep, there you go.
So, anyway, what we need is more APR coffee is what's going to help fuel this little.
APR Coffee. We're going to make sure that they're backing us.
AmericanPrideRoasters.com is where you go to get historically great coffee.
Yes.
Guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it into your mouth.
I wonder if I can get a Party Crashers blend.
One step at a time. Let's get the hashtag trending first.
Yeah,
before we see
I
about
got you.
coffee.
Okay, fine.
AmericanPrideRoasters.com. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Go to MoJo50.com. The poor guys that keep us on. God bless them. I don't know what they see in us, but thank you for letting us be here. Check them out and over on iHeartRadio's under the Mojo50 Radio banner.
Right.
Go to our website, doaeshow.com. Archives and shop and all that cool stuff. Check it out over there, doaeshow.com. Follow us on all the social medias at DOAE Show. Don't forget 4th of July. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.